Hey Buns, today I had to take a break from playing Legion Remix to tell you about Legion Remix because it is one of the most fun events that we've had since the last remix, but I think this is actually even more fun than the Mists of Pandaria one. I want to tell you about everything that makes this mode so good. I think it's kind of a crazy but a fun way to start playing WoW if you're new. It is not the same as how normal retail plays because it's like supercharged turbo pacing that gives you a big gulp of class fantasy straight away. It's like a hyper distilled liquid version of all the dopamine that got me addicted to World of Warcraft for 20 years. But in Remix, it's like you get those hits way more and way faster with like 99.1% purity. Jesse, it's time to cook. I just want to tell you about everything that makes this mode so good. First thing is, of course, the transmog and the Ajara robe that I've wanted ever since Cataclysm. We can finally get it in Remix. Now, this is a reward for a big meta achievement where you only need to do 2 things out of all the 4 that are listed here. The best way to get it is to just do the Suramar campaign on your main character, because as you're doing that, you will naturally knock out both parts that you need for the dress. First, by flying around, opening chests, killing rares, and you will get the Tour Suramar achievement. There's a very helpful add-on for this that I'll share at the end of this video. And second, you will get the Nightfallen achievement for reaching Exalted. Rep gains are super fast, so you'll probably get this before the story's even over. Super easy. You need to do the Suramar campaign anyway. For finishing the campaign, it gives you a permanent XP buff to all your Legion characters. And if you do the side quests along the way for the Lore Runner of Suramar achievement, you will get a point of infinite knowledge for that, which is for story and side story. Infinite knowledge is a huge permanent multiplier for all your power gains, so it's really, really necessary. So while you're pursuing the fashion, you'll also knock out a lot of other goals at the same time. I've heard people suggest to make a Nightborn alt, get it to 30, do the intro to Suramar quest because they start at Exalted, so you would get that achievement quickly, but I think you need to do the Suramar campaign anyway. By the way, Nightborn, I've heard, are currently bugged with phasing issues in the campaign, and hopefully that gets fixed soon, but heads up. Moving on, the glowy capes. These are also easy peasy. So there's different colors. The green one is just for hitting level 80 and finishing the campaign quests. It is easy being green. Apparently the yellow one is from Legion Remix raids on Mythic, which are not out yet, so we can't get that one yet. Fire one is for Mythic plus 25, which, believe it or not, is actually easy in Remix. And the purple one is for doing 100 world quests in the heroic world tier, which is super fun. I will be working on that one slowly. Obviously the capes are super cool, but don't sleep on those versatile skirts either that are part of the ensemble. All of the new transmog set ensembles, like the ones that give you tattoos for the male sets and the cloth sets, any kind of quiver you could want, a very cute and skimpy leather top. This is the perfect event for preparing our wardrobe for Haranir, right? Now, I mentioned heroic world tier with the purple cape, and this has got to be one of my favorite things about Remix. This really adds a much needed layer of thrill and excitement to the open world questing, which is normally pretty ho-hum because you don't ever have to worry about getting killed. Well, now, man, I love getting my ass kicked in the open world. Sounds crazy, but knowing that there's danger and that you need to stay on your toes, be alert, it makes you feel good about overcoming challenges. That's the heart of an RPG. And I love exploring and just feeling like, you know, you need to watch your back a little bit. And I see a ton of people out in the zone with me in the heroic worlds here. They're not just standing around town, you know, they're doing quests, they're killing rares and elites. It's really great. We also just heard news from devs that the prey system coming in Midnight is going to be taking inspiration from heroic worlds here. Meaning when you go onto nightmare mode difficulty in prey, it will make the whole zone harder. And they said that they're watching Legion Remix with great interest to see how players engage with this and how it goes, because they want to do this for Prey where the whole zone gets hard. You know, it's not just your nemesis that will be hard. Could have probably phrased that better. Another great thing about Legion Remix is, of course, the class fantasy that made Legion such a great and beloved expansion. I said at the start that this mode gives you a big heap and helping of class fantasy, and that's why it's great for new players. And it's true, the class halls let you really step into a hunter's lodge or the dream realm of druids, and you can get this rich, meaty taste of everything that the class is about when you don't know anything about the game or the classes, you know. My headcanons, my ideas for my characters' vibes really matters to me. And so if you're like that, if you're gonna love exploring these, some of them are renowned for having some of the best storytelling that WoW has to offer. I know like Paladin one, Demon Hunter, Death Knight halls, just off the top of my head, I know that those are really well loved. So you can tell me what you think is the best class hall. I love Dream Grove, but actually the Maelstrom is really calming. Just by leveling to 80, you will get a free Legion Remix styled class hall mount. So don't waste your bronze on this vendor in the Infinite Bazaar, the Panda. Do not give him your bronze because you will get that mount for free at level 80. Don't let him scam you. Tied to the class hall are your incredible artifact weapons, which are amazing and lore rich, which leads me to the next great thing I want to talk about: upgrades, like gear, weapons, and more gear. And you get upgrades for constantly. You will get so much loot, and even if you don't use it, it feels good to get it. Scrap all that stuff you don't need for more bronze. You know, it's always, that's what I'm talking about, the dopamine. You will be gaining power very fast, and you can get some really fun artifact talents too. They've reworked the artifact system for Remix. I really like the button where I call all the wild forest animals to come and like stampede my enemy. But apart from that, and this is actually a big deal, there is a always lets you cast while moving trait that you can get on a trinket or an accessory. Do you realize what a huge game changer it is that in Remix, any caster you pick can always be moving at all the time when they're casting? This is something I'm gonna miss a lot when Legion Remix is over. Like running and casting chain lightnings, they're being super mobile boomkin, not to mention healing with no interruptions. It's super fun. So I think even if you don't normally play casters, you might enjoy it this time. You are leveling stupid fast in this mode. And the more you play, the faster leveling gets. So many things are rewarding you with the account-wide XP boosts, and you are gonna get so overpowered that you will easily Zerg rush any normal raid for a ton of bronze and XP like every day. With the rate of progression that we're seeing here, by the time Remix is over, you could easily have one of every class ready to go. For midnight, you will not need to purchase any level boosts. You just play Remix. And because of how absurdly powerful you can get, it makes it really easy to try new classes or roles that you didn't consider before. And you can do that in a more low stakes setting. I saw people memeing on the WoW subreddit that Legion Remix solved the tank shortage because there's a ton of tanks now, and that's true. The reason is because as a tank, you can pretty quickly feel like you're invincible. For now, I've been doing healing and damage dealing, but I'll tell you, as a healer, the tanks do not need much healing. Finally, I've got to mention mounts and pets. I love collecting things, and I've already gotten several great mounts. The eagle mounts, the moose mount, the fox. By the way, it's from that envelope item. There are 33 mounts that are new and exclusive to the event, plus 28 rare Legion mounts that are normally pretty hard to farm on retail. For pets, we've got the cute little baby demons, which if you like those, maybe you should watch my stream for 4 hours for the baby pit lord minion. Available now until October 29th at 9 a.m. PDT. That's a Twitch drop. Shameless Twitch drop plug. We also know that we can get furnishings for Faction Reputation, and Remix awards a butt ton of Broken Isles rep, so it is totally reasonable to assume you'll have Exalted with all the Legion factions by the time this event ends on January 19th, 2025. We know that there will be Suramar items like this one for Honored rep, so don't bench Remix or put it on the shelf. As an add-on enthusiast, I have to tell you about the must-have add-ons for Remix that will make your life a lot easier in this event, plus a website that I'd like to mention. First of all, Legion Remix Helper. This add-on saved my life trying to find that Queen's robe to try it on. This has a pretty searchable interface that shows you every single reward you can get, how much bronze it costs, and where it comes from. You can alt-click to set a waypoint to the vendor, or if it's from an achievement, it takes you to the achievement. It also gives you a handy little quick bar for all your Remix items like the sands and rocks, brochures or whatever. And it also has auto questing and an auto box opening features, but I don't use those because I like reading the quests and I like opening the boxes. Do not open the box for me, but maybe you will like that. Next add-on is Handy Notes, which pretty much can't ever live without, but it has an incredible module For Legion Remix, Zemesto TV. So you will need both add-ons. This puts icons on your map for all the secret chests and rare monsters. Good for that Torsuramar achievement I mentioned. They really like to hide these chests, so this will be a lot of extra bronze as you're questing if you know where they are. It also has a built-in bronze tracker to see how much you're earning per hour. So you'll know when you're slacking off, you know, you need to pump up those numbers. It's rookie numbers. It shows you when the next phases of the event are coming. And you can also track your infinite power and knowledge here, which, like, if it's infinite, how can you count it? Yeah. Anyway, infinite power, to clarify, is the stat that makes your artifact weapon stronger. It's per character. The infinite knowledge is the account-wide buff that will help you earn that power way faster. So you get knowledge by completing achievements, and the add-on gives you a super helpful checklist that links you to all those achievements so you can power up all your characters. Number 3, Baginator. You gotta have it for clearing out the mountain of gear you will constantly have flying at you in Remix. From here, you can just right-click a category of items and it will auto-scrap in batches. Finally, there's a website I can recommend, wowachievement.com. You just plug in your character's name and server, and it gives you a collection tracker. It's a shopping list for like every single mount, pet, every toy, every transmog set in the event. This will track what you've already collected. It will show you what's exclusive to the event. It will show you how much bronze you've spent in total, how much you still need to get everything. It's really good if you're a completionist, if you're just crow-brained like me. So what's not to love about Remix, right? I think it distills everything I love about WoW into like military grade dopium. But I cannot imagine not enjoying this event, like truly, except for the bugs. The bugs have been the only thing that's driving me crazy. The bugs with the Nightfalling can't do the campaign, the server instability problems that I had, that has been my #1 complaint with this. But it seems to have kind of leveled out. They are making hot fixes along the way. And let's face it, it's classic Blizzard to release things in a bug state and then fix it later. That said, the event itself is extremely fun and I'm willing to put up with bugs to keep playing it. We are using the Bunsley Guild for all of our Legion characters, so we'd love to have you if you're looking for a guild to join. You can join our discord.gg/ZeplaHQ to find instructions for how to join the guild. I want to thank my YouTube members, that's new, and the Patreon buns for supporting the channel. Thank you so much. If you like this video, please consider supporting, or you can also support the channel for free just by leaving a comment. Tell me what you've liked most about Legion Remix so far, what you've not liked so much. What is the first mount that you've bought or first transmog set? What have you got your eye on? What do you still want to get? Let me know in the comments section down below. I'm having so much fun with this event, and as soon as I'm done editing this, I'm going to go back to it. Big thanks to all y'all who do support and keep the lights on around here. I really appreciate you. I will see you on Twitch, where I stream several days a week at twitch.tv/ZeplaHQ. And I will be still hard at work on the follow-up to the previous video, the housing video for Alliance. I poured my soul into that one. It was so much footage. I'm now working on the Horde version of that video. So thank you to everyone who's watched that and enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it yet, you should definitely go and give it a watch. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.